Hi Nalini, how are you?
Yeah, I'm fine, sir. How about you? Thank you for asking.
Yeah, I'm good too. Thank you. So, can you tell me
Okay.
something about yourself?
Yeah, sure. Myself, Nalini, I have 4 years of IT experience in the mobile application tester, and in that, I have 2 years of experience in the manual tester and 2 years of experience in the automation testing. So, in the manual testing and in the testing, my responsibilities are involved in the writing, upgrading the test cases and the test plans according to the business requirements, and involving in the rising the bugs in the using the agile methodology, and doing any build is released, so I'm the responsible person to do the all over the complete testing of the application, like by using the functional testing, sanity testing, smoke testing and all.
Mhm.
And closely we can communicating with the developers to more chances to rising the bugs, uh, to test the flow of the functionalities.
Mhm. Okay. So, let's say you are doing manual as well as automation, right? So, how much time do you spend while doing automation testing? How much time do you spend while doing manual testing?
So for the automation, it's completely depends on the writing the test cases. It depends on the UI testing. For suppose you are doing the any small UI components,
Mm,
so it will complete in the minimum time. So you are doing any something different based on the UI components, so
mm,
it may take the some time and it will give the some complexity.
mhm.
But manual testing we are doing like we'll check the majorly and the functionality wise, and same functionality will work in the different mobile compatibility, different platforms. like uh, for suppose we are installing the any application, we need to check it will support in the all the OSs or
Mm,
not.
mhm.
Like compatibility issues we need to check whether we are giving, properly it's installing and it's supporting the any default features and all that, and all we need to check.
Correct, correct. Okay. So now me. Okay. So you have done mobile testing as well, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So what are the most common problems that tester face while doing mobile testing in cloud computing?
So while doing mobile testing, basically we can face like any OTP challenges are there.
Mhm.
So that time, usually if you are doing with any real devices, so
Mm,
we'll get the OTP through the SMS, so we can enter the OTP and we can do it. But whereas if you are doing any virtual devices, emulator or you are using inspector, that time what will happen? Will not get the OTP to that devices.
right, right.
So in that such scenarios, we need to ignore that case, or
Mm,
we have the one more scenario like we need to provide the static values to that OTP.
mm,
Then we can proceed with the next steps.
right, right.
That is a one case.
One of the challenge, right? So workaround is you
Yeah.
can ask dev team to enter that
Yeah.
OTP from the backend and
Yes, and through database also we can get the OTP, so we can enter
mm,
that OTP. Then we can perform the testing.
mm. What else we have?
And data exchanging is the most complexity one, challenging one, because of Appium will not support the data exchange through the applications. So that is the most challenging one.
Right, right. Apart from that, anything else?
No.
Okay. So other issues that you can add is the cost, right? Every time a new
Okay.
model has been launched, you have to do investment in that device and you have to purchase it for testing development. At
Hmm.
times you face internet connectivity issues. And
Okay.
so, right, then it is a bit difficult to do automation of such things, right?
Hmm.
So,
Yes.
yeah, those are also the challenges that you can highlight. Okay,
Okay.
now let me share my screen. Let us look into this scenario-based question.
Okay.
Okay, so now my screen is visible, right?
Yeah, I can see.
Mm. So there is a Vivo phone and you have a Samsung.
Okay. Samsung one. Okay.
Yeah. Both have the same Android versions installed, right?
Okay.
Are you hearing any echo?
No, sir.
Okay. So now you have to assume the following, that both devices have same screen size and resolution, same processor, same RAM, connected to the same
Okay.
broadband network. Yet, when you install some application and you launch it, it crashes on Vivo device, but it works seamlessly
Okay.
on Samsung device. So what can be the possible root cause?
So possible root cause is, for suppose we are trying to doing any camera. We are trying to open the gallery or any trying to open the camera. So that time we have the some based on the API levels, we have the some permissions we need to provide.
Right.
So whether we need to give it the runtime permissions or the like normal permissions in the manifest we are doing in the Android side. So if a user is not providing the access to the runtime permissions, we may have the chances to crash the application.
Mm-hmm. Wonderful.
That is a one scenario.
Right.
And next scenario is like for suppose if any cache data is saved in the cache, so
Mm-hmm.
that time also we'll have the chance to crash the applications or providing the some missing data. That is the one case. And another one is device compatibility, like suppose some mobile devices will support for the minimum level of configuration settings.
Mm-hmm.
So due to that also we have the less chance to crash the application,
Right. Right.
and depends upon the performance as well.
As well. One more reason that you can add is compatibility. How much
Yeah.
application is
Okay.
compatible with respect to the both the devices, right?
Okay. Yeah.
So those things you can highlight. Okay.
Hmm.
Now let's say you have to test a scenario. Okay.
Okay.
Let me just a second.
Okay.
Hmm. Okay. So this is the scenario for which you have to give the high level test scenarios.
Okay, test scenarios for
Hmm.
deposit check via mobile app, which
Hmm.
is added under menu tab. Okay.
Menu type. So this
Yeah.
is a mobile application, right? Yeah. Positive
Mm.
and negative test scenarios.
So before going to this menu tab, first user need to log in with the proper credentials.
Hmm.
And before that, we need to check whether he is having the good network connection or not. So that first check we need to do is the network connection test case.
Hmm.
So once if network is proper, then he need to able to provide the correct username and the password for the login.
Right.
So if it's correct means we first we'll go with the positive tests, then we'll go with the negative test. So once you provide the correct username and password, it
Hmm.
will redirect to the main page. In the main page, we have the menu tab like deposit check via mobile app. So that time he need to provide the username. Uh, in the profile, what name is having. So sometimes we'll need to provide the for the confirmation security reasons. We need to provide the manually, or it will fetch from the API also. I mean, in the profile page. And next scenario is like we need to provide for the deposit check, he need to provide the enter for, date we need to mention,
Hmm. So date
deposit
again,
date.
MMDDYY format, right? So those all
Yeah,
formats.
formats we need to check. Yeah,
Mm,
month, MMDD and YY. And
mm.
sometimes it will take triple double D and YY,
In a mobile app.
like year. Yeah,
Hmm.
we have the different formats in the mobile app.
Okay.
So that formats and all we need to check.
Hmm. What else?
And amount, which how much amount he is depositing.
Hmm.
So amount we need to, and we need to check the signature on the check.
Mm-hmm.
Like the name and signature must should match with the profile name.
But it might be possible that someone might be doing a very different signature compared to what we have in his name, right? So for now
Yeah.
here, you can just verify on a high level that that functionality is working, right? The signature, or if someone
Yeah.
is trying to sign, right? So that is working with the help of normal hand, or if they pick any, that kind of what they say, a pen or something is coming, right? On
Hmm.
mobile using which you can just
Mobile,
perform.
yeah, we
Yeah,
can use the
right,
signature mark. Yeah,
right.
so we can do that.
Mm-hmm. What else?
Then manually, we need to enter the check number as well. We'll get in the physical check, right?
Mm-hmm.
So one, he need to provide the check number along with that credentials, like
Mm-hmm.
username and date, check date. Along with that, he need to provide the check number as well. Then it will ask for the account number,
Mm.
to which account it needs to credit.
Right. Then,
And there we need to confirm the account number also. We'll give have the for account number we have the two fields, normal, I mean account number, confirm account number.
mm-hmm.
So in that case both should match.
Both should match, or if it's an existing account number, then also it should allow. If it's a same bank account number, then it should allow. If it's a different banking account number, then it should allow. You can verify with respect to the account number of the bank within the same country,
Okay.
outside the country it is supporting or not, right? Those kind of scenarios. What else?
Yeah.
Mm,
Like for suppose if you setting the any limit for the deposit money,
mm,
so limit of the money also we need to consider.
mm-hmm. True. What else?
Date.
Yeah, you can take your time to think.
If you providing any password security and all, so we need to I mean user need to provide that pin as well for the security reasons.
Mm-hmm. True. What if that pin is not received in some time? You will verify if you enter the correct OTP or PIN, then only it should authenticate, authorize, and move,
Yeah,
allow you
correct.
to move further.
If you move to the further, if not entering the correct pin means we need to highlight one alert message like the pin is expired or the pin is not
Incorrect.
valid. Yeah.
Right. So I think these scenarios are good, right? Any other scenario that is coming to your mind?
No, sir.
Hmm. Okay. Okay. What is the difference between long touch and short touch? You might be using in your mobile application testing, right? Long touch,
Yeah.
short touch.
Short touch in the sense for suppose we are tapping normally and we can it will move to the one screen to another screen, or if you want to populate the any alert dialogues and all,
Hmm.
so we can normally use the smart touch. Long press, usually we can do it for the any copying the data.
Hmm.
So in that scenarios we need to use the long touch.
Right. So there is no concept of double clicking on touchscreen devices, right? Some devices,
Yeah,
such as
correct.
Android smartphones, distinguish between this two, long touch and short touch. So as you were mentioning it,
Short touch, correct.
yeah, pressing and holding an item will bring up a context menu in that middle of the
Hmm.
screen itself while clicking on the same item. So that's how
Okay.
these things are working, right? That's how
Hmm.
long touch and short touch will be basically just clicking. It's a single click, you can say,
Okay.
right? Now, what is the difference between multi-touch and single touch screens?
Single touch screens mean like in the we have the only one for suppose I'm taking to the any screen, so
Mm-hmm.
in that screen having only one view component.
Mm-hmm.
So or else I go with the any I want to trying to load the images.
Mm-hmm.
So at a time you can able to see the only one image from the gallery.
Okay.
So I want to, if I touch on that image, maybe we have the options like we need to close the image. I mean, we are trying to open the another image. In that scenario, single touch will work. So multiple touches on the same screen means we have the screen with the different component UI components.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm doing for the delete sometimes, and I can using for the cancel, and we are handling with the OK and cancel buttons. So in that scenarios, we have the screen with the multiple components. So in based on that scenarios, we are doing the multiple touching.
Okay. So in your resume, you have
Okay.
mentioned that you are responsible for providing test summary report to QA lead. So what are the different components that you put in the test summary report?
Like how many big bug fixes completed, and we
Mhm.
received the proper output from the developers. So how many are in the in progress state, and so if there any blocker of the particular issue, we need to mention in the due to this reason we having the blocker, and we'll
Mhm.
send the report to the lead.
Right, right. So every day you are sending that report.
Yes.
Mhm. So, is there any situation where you, with the help of your report, your lead has actually escalated those things? So, how is this report useful?
So for suppose if you, usually we'll have the client call 2 to 3 days, or if any build is releasing, before
Mm-hmm.
that we need to submit the report as well, test report.
Mm-hmm.
So in that scenarios, it will help to the lead, like to show the progress of the bug fixes, and how many bugs are, I mean, we can be able to show the performance of the application, like these many issues are occurred, so we completed this one, so we raised it and the developers fixed that, and we have the we can show to as a performance of the application.
Mm-hmm. Right. So, what do you know about Maven?
So Maven is like a it's a inbuilt framework. I mean, no need to add any manually the jar files while using the Eclipse or IntelliJ.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a dependency. So if you add that dependency, what are the configurations are available in that Maven? So it can be used. We can use it in the in our application. Like while writing the test cases, we can use.
Okay. So, what do you mean by goal in the Maven terminology?
It will give the some import. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
it's giving the inbuilt file to execute the test cases.
Okay. So, see, if you get this question in a real-time interview,
Mm.
then how you can
Okay.
answer? So this term goal, it refers to a specific task that makes it
Okay.
possible for the project to be built and organized, right? There
Okay.
are various phases, and there is a stage in the life cycle, right? So that it will define the sequence and in which the desired goals are to be accomplished. So those phases it will take care of. Okay.
Okay.
Now, what do you mean by the term dependencies and repositories in Maven?
Dependencies in the sense like it will have the late like a version number, and this will mention in the pom.xml file,
Mhm,
and repository.
mhm.
Uh,
Take your time to think. No worries. If you want, you can drink
okay.
water. Don't get nervous. This is just a
Okay.
mock interview. Hmm. Do you want me to help you with the answer?
Yes, sir.
Okay, see, dependencies usually refer to the Java libraries that are needed for the project, right? And repositories, they refer to the directories of the packaged jar files. Now, if the
Okay.
dependencies are not present in your local repository, then what will Maven do? It will download them from a central repository and store them in the local repository,
Okay.
right? Are you comfortable with Java?
Yes, sir.
What are access modifiers in Java?
So we have basically access modifiers are public, private, protected,
Mm, mm.
and the default. So public, if you declare the public means we can globally access the variables, classes, and methods. So
Mhm.
if you declared in a private means within the same class we can able to access the methods and the variables. And you should not be extended in, you will not be used in the subclasses also. The protected means it will be we can be accessible on the module level.
And what about the package level?
uh,
If you,
Package.
yeah, if you have access level to a protected modifier, right? Would you be able to, is that restricted to a class level or the package level?
Protected.
Mm,
Yeah, protected would be package level.
package level. Okay. What about default?
Default is a class level only.
Okay. So I'll tell you the answer. See, uh, private is it, the access level of a private modifier is only within the class, right? It cannot be
Yeah,
accessed from outside the class.
outside the class. Yeah.
Hmm. So this is private. Public means access level
Globe.
of a, yeah, it is everywhere. Within
Mm.
the class, outside the class, within the package, outside the package. Clear?
Yeah,
Then it comes to default. So default is only within the package. It cannot be accessed from outside the package,
outside the package. Yeah.
right? Now, if you do not specify any access level, then it will be default. Okay. Now now let's see about protected. So what is protected? The access level of a protected modifier is within the package and outside the package through child class, right? If we do not make the child class, then it cannot be accessed from outside the package also.
Okay.
Simple. So such are the conditions. Okay, now I'm showing you one Java
Okay.
program. You need to tell the output of this Java program.
Okay.
Is the screen visible?
Yeah, I can able
Yeah,
to see.
yeah. What will be the output of this program?
Okay, method is there. Ch- 40 and hello RD.
Mhm. 40 and hello RD. Are you sure?
Uh,
So it will give you compile time error, right?
It will
Because
give
this
the
is
compile
private.
time error because of we are declared as a private.
Yes, yes, correct, correct.
So outside of the class, we can't access
Mm.
those. So it will give the compile time error.
Yeah, in both, in this also and this also.
Yeah,
Okay.
private method. So it will
Mm.
not give the any output.
Correct, correct, absolutely. Yeah. So, Nalini, I'm done with the
Yeah,
interview. Thank you so much for coming tonight on this channel. Right, do you have
yeah.
any questions for me?
No, sir.
Yeah. Thank you, Nalini, and wish you all
Yeah,
the best for your career.